Gemini, hey there, it's Melissa here to do your weekly love reading for the week of September 21st through the 27th. If you have not already, please do hit that subscribe button. You can click the bell notification icon for all if you'd like to be notified when I upload or go live. This is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. It will not resonate for all Geminis, however. If it does resonate for you, please smash that like button for me. You're also welcome to share this on other platforms if you feel like you want to. There is a PayPal me account linked in the description box below and an email address as well as a price list for personal readings. If you do leave the channel a donation, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And let's get at your love life. Because I screwed that whole spiel up. That's just not how it goes. But we're going to rock with it like nothing ever happened. The energy you bring into this connection, Gemini, is the Hermit. We got the King of Cups is the energy that your person is bringing, and the outcome is the Two of Swords. However, the Four of Wands is the overarching energy, so I feel like we could be working with, you know, well, let's just do some clarifying. But the Four of Wands, especially as an overarching energy, we do have some defenses going on, but some rooted new beginnings and some passionate communication, okay? The Four of Wands can represent many things. I think stability in a general sense, just really having found your legs to your table, okay? Victorious, grounded can mean in a love reading or, you know, in a relationship, just sort of, you know, the marriage would be the kind of stability that this card would, you know, the energy that it gives off. And people do relate it to the twin flame journey because of the wands, the 1111, four wands. So let's just dive right in. Head first, you've got the Hermit. I think a lot of us have had this mode going on, and it's really, you know, wonderful that it might feel dark and a little dreary and a little bit even scary at times in the midst of this. But what I will say, I think I was just talking to somebody about this yesterday, is in the midst of this, it feels like you'll never get out of it, which is the scariest part. But the truth is, you do always come out of it. There's never a person who goes into this mode and never comes back. I would say, let me clear that up. Never say never, right? There could be somebody who just never came out of this. But most importantly, you do usually come out of this, and you come out of this a whole new person. So that is your energy. You are maybe going within, really trying to figure out what it is that you know, are here on this earth for, what feeds your soul, what makes you truly happy, not the things that we've been conditioned to think make us all happy, if that makes sense. The King of Cups, this is a sweet energy. I really just adore this king. I think he can come off a bit cold, and I get this, Gemini, because I'm a water sign. But I think he comes off a little cold because he is actually very emotional, and he has plenty of emotions. He has mastered them, so he doesn't spill them all over the place, but he does have them. And when he does decide to give that cup to somebody, they have the opportunity to completely crush him, because he is just he's just so loving, and so he's careful about who he gives that cup to. Gemini, female or male, when he gives that cup to you, don't crush him, okay? Gemini, I've had some Gemini friends, don't crush him, okay, guys? So then we got the Two of Swords for the overarching, or I mean not overarching, the outcome, the potential outcome of this. We're going to get some clarifiers or some just more on the story cards here in a minute, but I think this, you know, on the Rider-Waite, it is like the gal with the two swords, and she's got herself blindfolded, much like this one, and it really just kind of is like being very guarded, okay? And maybe we could even think of these crows as her guard dogs. But I also feel like they are protecting her from all the noise while she goes within. He or she, by the way, male or female, any gender, period. We are not gender specific here at all, ever. These cards have no gender attachment. So I'm just thinking maybe while going within, we have to really kind of stop listening to, we should always stop listening to society. Oh my gosh, you guys. We should always stop listening to society. I haven't watched the news in probably 5 years. I did just get my Facebook back, but I'm just rarely on there because it's just, human beings have, you know, very impressionable minds. And if you're here watching this, you're likely not one of those humans. But anything that can reach the masses and is, you know, anyways, neither here nor there. This is, I feel like this is shutting out the noise. Shutting out the noise. We're protecting ourselves from all the people who know everything. Like they're everywhere and they'll get you if you don't protect yourself. So always go with what it feels like and, you know, what feels best inside your heart, your body, your mind. You know what you're here for. And you know what makes you feel good. Always make decisions based on what makes you feel good, not what other, with the exception of hurting people. I mean, don't go out and be immoral with this advice, please. Anything morally, I just heard a reader say this the other day. I can't remember what his words were. It was amazing. But anything moral, you know, within reason and within morals, you know, do whatever makes your soul sing. And by the way, nobody's soul will ever sing by doing anything immoral. That will be the ego that you're feeding at that point, and that is not what I'm here to promote. Not saying that there shouldn't be any ego. I know we're here to have a human experience, but I'm here to really try to help people let their inner light shine, because we all have one, and we've been buried so deeply with this societal norms that it's hard to find that light. It really is, and finding that light, oh my gosh, that's what you're doing, Gemini. You maybe have already found it several times, but it is always, there's always, it's always tough, but it's always worth it, finding that light, okay? All right, let's get some clarifiers. Whoa. I'm going to take that because the way it popped out was amazing. And I feel like it goes with it as well. Strength. Strength is what it takes to go through that. That's why it's like we were just talking about it, and then bam, it popped out. So it's you've had to display some serious strength and self-love, likely. Wow, yeah. I mean, like, look at you. 3 major arcanas in your energy. Amazing. We've got the Strength card, the High Priestess, and the Hermit card. The High Priestess is, you know, I think just very connected as far as I'm concerned. Very connected to Source and Higher Self, and at the same time, one of my favorite readers says the sky's the limit with this one. I see that she does have the moon and the stars, and she's got all kinds of, everything on this card is just explaining that she's a chosen one. Okay, so you are a chosen one. And the Ace of Cups, again, it can be just the sweetest, well, it can be, you know, a love offer. And this is a love reading. So it can be it's basically like the universe handing you this giant cup of love. This person who is going to bring that to you. Again, having to have, you know, go within and display tons of strength. You know, when we go within, it's like we're also being self-sufficient, and, you know, almost like you have to shut out everyone and shut out the noise in order to really go in and listen to your soul. And that takes a lot of strength. I'm not going to lie. It's just easier to be like, meh, I'll just conform like everybody else does. And but it looks like you are choosing that enlightened path, which is, again, the best path, but it is the tougher path. And it takes a lot of strength to get to where you're going. But when you get there, it is a lifetime of happiness instead of going through this, you know, the motions continuously of trying to appease and appeal to the masses. When you come to this F you all place, I don't know, I was just talking to Pisces about this yesterday or 2 days ago. F everybody. Like, the reality is, when we get to this place, and I love everybody, but they will not dictate how I live my life, and they should not dictate how anybody, it just gets my, and here I am telling people how to live. I'm trying to guide people into their best life, though. I'm not trying to, there are so many people out there that have not figured this thing out, have no connection to Creator, no spiritual connection, and are sitting there trying to take a left, go that way, do this with your life. Please, thank you. I'll use God as my guide, or, the Creator, whatever you guys want to call it, the divine. I have really learned that humans have their own opinions, okay? And they're all going to tell you something different. I remember this feeling of, like, I was standing here and I had like 14 people around me. This isn't a real story, okay? This is just I'm trying to give you an idea of what it felt like. And this guy yells, go left. This guy yells, go right. And I'm like, ah! Just freaking out. Everybody will tell you a different direction to take and what's best for you. The only person that can decide that is you, and connect. And you can only do that by connecting to the Creator, higher self, the Creator, source, whatever you want to call it. Alrighty, let's get more. Your person is feeling maybe like they're having to fight for you a little bit. That's what I'm feeling like right now. Whoa, hermit mode as well. But really wanting to give you that love cup. So I'm feeling like, I don't know if they're having to fight your own, because sometimes when we get into this mode and look at all this, I mean, it's powerful, and it could initiate somewhat of a wall, originally. When we really come to this, the sweetest spot is when you've had to display this strength, you've done all this work, you've connected fully, and then you become like, the universe is offering you this cup of love, but you have to almost get to this space of total vulnerability. Having cleared out all the humans that would hurt you in your vulnerable state, making sure you have none of those people around, then it's okay to let go and just be vulnerable. But before you do, there is this wall that we kind of build up because we know what's out there. And it's ugly. It's scary. So looks like your person maybe feeling like they have to defend their spot. I don't know if you're already together on the top of that hill of yours. They love you. That's real. Whoever this is, there is a lot of love and emotion for you. But it looks like they're trying to do their inner work too at the same time as doing their inner work. And I told you, you really have to shut everything out. It looks like they're still trying to defend their space in your heart. And I think that is so sweet. At the same time, it won't be, they can't do that at the same time as the actual work that needs to be done on the inside. Well, I think I just feel good about it. Like, I think that they're going to end up in this, balancing out their emotions and still having plenty of them for you, but not feeling like they need to defend their place in your world, because the truth is we don't. We never need, if it's meant to be, we don't need to fight for it. We don't need to defend it. It's ours. God gave it to us. Or the Creator, you know what I mean? So it's sweet, but at the same time, they really will have to let that defense down. Okay, let's get more on the outcome of the situation. Wow, 3 major arcanas in the outcome. Not my favorite arcanas, but, and then look at that, you guys. Stop it. You're obviously in the twin flame situation here. Solid connection. Deep, scary connection. These connections are terrifying, to be honest with you. I've had one in my life with an Aquarius, and oh my word, it makes you feel so much. It hurts. You guys are an air sign, so you might not have a heart attack over it like I did, but so we've got the moon, which can signify obviously some sort of fears, insecurities. It can also, one of my favorite readers, signify, he said it's a card of innovation. And innovation is, as he said, it is scary. It is scary trying something new. We know that. In general, every time we try something new, it's like, that's what's freaking the whole world out right now, is just unfamiliarity, okay? So we know that something unfamiliar, probably the strength of this connection, is terrifying. It is terrifying, but it is, at the same time, it will force us to do some growth we've never done before. And I don't know in the end, because my connection, that, you know, I always speak from whatever experience and whatever comes through. I want to say, in the end, it's all worth it. Whatever it is. If you end up with this connection, or if you don't end up with this connection, this type of connection will force you into your highest self. We've got the Moon, the Temperance, and the Death cards. So we've got some major transformations, serious balance coming. I do like to see that, but it's going to take some time, and this is a patient situation. This isn't something that can be forced or rushed. And it's really about, Gemini, working diligently on the inner sides of you, because though it takes patience, it's not agonizing when you're in total flow with your higher self, okay? There will still be this love and adoration for this connection, but when you're in alignment fully, you won't feel that longing ache any longer. Okay, so this feels very specific and interesting. Let's get you a romance, angels. This is a strong connection. I don't see anything coming of it. I don't know, like now, I don't see with this outcome. There's some major transformations happening. Again, patience is key, but most importantly, when there's patience needed, never wait around for anybody, not even your twin flame. Always do the work on yourself, and whatever's best for you and your inner, your innerness, your soul, your whatever is best for you. If that means that, your husband comes along while or your wife, I'm sorry, I always read like I'm reading to women. There are men out here that watch readings. I adore you all. Men, women, everybody. So everybody, every single human being, if there's a dog watching this, I love you too. I love everybody. So anyways, I'm sorry about that weird ending, but trust, oh goodness, that popped out like, again, so smoothly, I have to take it. It says, the situation is calling for you to have faith. Just know, when there's a situation with this much strength, that it is being guided, and it is, again, you must focus on yourself. I know, God, it's so annoying, because I remember when I was going through, although I had never felt anything like this, everything I read was like, oh, work on yourself. Worry about yourself. I'm like, no, what I'm worried about here is that I've never felt this kind of connection to a human being before, and I kind of feel like it's going to rip my heart out if I don't do something about it now. The other person was not on the same, it was just weird. It was like, I loved him and I barely knew him, and he acted like he didn't barely know me. It was just like, what? You don't feel this? What's going on here? I still to this day don't know if he felt it. But displaying the story, so that was like, damn, like going through that kind of a twin flame pull, that connection, and not knowing if the other person feels, to this day, 10 years later almost, still not sure. Did he ever feel that? Or, I'm quite connected to the creator and quite connected to the divine and whatever. So then I'm like, maybe he didn't, maybe it was just the divine making me feel like I was that attached to him, so I would force into some serious inner work. I was a hot mess at the time. Raging alcoholic drug addict. And even so, I still prayed every night. But anyway, neither here nor there, not about me. This is a strong connection. It's going to call for faith and trust, but don't ever allow it to stop you from living your life. Just continue to fight for your goals. The closer you get to your satisfaction, your total alignment with yourself, the closer this connection will come to, the more you heal you up, it heals them up. And the closer you'll be. But in a general sense, as soon as you, I hate when people say this too, but it's real. As soon as you're not longing for it, it will likely come into fruition. So that means the work's been done. But what I will say is, people are like, I don't want to face the music, I don't want to do the work. It's more painful. It's not any more painful to face the music and do the work than it is to live in an unsatisfied life, okay? I love you guys. I love you guys so much. And I am sending you so much love on this journey. This is not an easy one for whoever I'm reading for. This is clearly the twin flame journey, and I'm always here if you need me. Comment section below. There's an email address in the link description box below as well. I love you, and I will see you next week.